inuman. Maaabot lahat ng iyong inaasam. Kasipagan ng sagot, salat ka man sa kayamanan. Buksan ang pahina ng mga aklat ng karunungan. Edukasyon ating kailangan, kamamangan ating iwanan. Please!
morning and welcome to the lunch of Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise Program. To start our program, let us sing the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by an invocation and the recitation of DepEd's vision, mission, and core values, and the quality policy statement.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Ang The DepEd vision. We dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country and whose values and competencies enable them to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to building the nation. As a learner-centered public institution, the Department of Education continuously improves itself to better serve its stakeholders. The DepEd mission: to protect and promote the right of every Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education where students learn in a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment. Teachers facilitate learning and constantly nurture every learner. Administrators and staff, as stewards of the institution, ensure an enabling and supportive environment for effective learning to happen. Family, community, and other stakeholders are actively engaged and share responsibility for developing lifelong learners. Our core values: maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, makabansa.
The Department of Education is committed to provide learners with quality basic education that is accessible, inclusive, and liberating through proactive leadership, shared governance, evidence-based policies, standards, and programs, responsive and relevant curricula, highly competent and committed officials, teaching and non-teaching personnel, an enabling learning environment. The department upholds the high standards of conduct and performance to fulfill stakeholders' needs and expectations by adhering to constitutional mandates, statutory and regulatory requirements, and sustains client satisfaction through continuous improvement of the quality management system.
Isang nakakakilig na umaga and happy Valentine's Day, mga ka-DepEd mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. My name is John Lester F. Guerrero from Lucena Dalahican National High School Division of Lucena City, Region 4A, Calabarzon.
Good morning and happy Hearts Day, mga ka-DepEd. My name is Jean Mendoza Rimojo, also from Lucena Dalahican National High School. And we are live na live via Zoom video conferencing. And of course, Sir Lester, mapapanood din tayo live via official Facebook page ng ating DepEd Philippines. Kaya naman, sa ating mga viewers dyan, please continue to like and share our live link.
Yes naman, Ma'am Jean, tayo ngayon ay live na live sa ating Facebook page. And because today is Valentine's Day, the Department of Education, through the Bureau of Curriculum Development, wants us to feel the love as we introduce a new program. Of course, with the aim of enhancing the quality of education through the implementation of a national exercise program.
So, kaya naman, Sir Lester, alam kong excited ang lahat, and without much ado, we are formally welcoming you to the virtual launch of Galaw Pilipinas,
the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise Program.
So, sa ating mga viewers dyan, via DepEd Philippines Facebook page, gamitin lang po natin ang official hashtags na #Galaw Pilipinas.
Yes, pwede rin natin gamitin ang hashtag na #Alisto at Aktibo. At mula sa comment section natin sa ating Facebook Live, narito ang ilan sa mga comments mula sa viewers natin sa iba't ibang schools division.
So sa ngayon, Sir Lester, meron na tayong 6,500 viewers.
Wow, napakarami ng nakikisa sa atin ngayong umaga, Ma'am Jean.
So, continue lang po natin ang pag-share ng ating link para lahat, ang buong Pilipinas ay makigalaw Pilipinas. So kasama natin dito, Sir Lester, ang mga taga Division of Bulacan.
Yes, meron din tayong kasama from SDO Kabangkalan.
Meron din dito taga SDO City of Muñoz.
And of course, hindi magpapahuli ang mga kasama natin mula sa SDO South Cotabato.
And kasama rin natin of course ang mga taga SDO Lucena City.
At marami pang iba. Maraming SDO ang nakatutok sa atin ngayong umaga because with the theme Galaw Pilipinas, Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan, this program aims to promote an active lifestyle among Filipinos. At hindi lang yan, Ma'am Jean. We hope that this would benefit our learners' physical and social-emotional well-being. Gusto kong sabihin, and I would really like to say na Galaw Pilipinas is truly relevant and timely, especially now that we are in the middle of the pandemic. Dapat talaga ang health natin, Ma'am Jean, ang ating top priority.
That's right, Sir Lester. And of course, we are so thankful to DepEd for a program like this. I believe that Galaw Pilipinas will definitely improve the strength, flexibility, cardiovascular endurance, and coordination of our learners.
Yes, Ma'am Jean, yan talaga ang ating primary goal. Saktong-sakto dahil araw din talaga ngayon ng mga puso. Ating ingatan at palakasin ang ating mga puso. And what better way to do that than to engage in exercises?
At hindi lang yan, Sir Lester, kasama rin ang pagpapalalim ng kamalayan sa makulay na kultura ng ating bansa sa pamamagitan nitong Galaw Pilipinas. And these are really the primary aims of Galaw Pilipinas, the National Calisthenics Exercise Program, as stipulated in DepEd Order 60 Series of 2021.
Yan. Kaya naman, let's be healthy tayong lahat ngayong umaga through Galaw Pilipinas. At this point, let us hear a message from one of the key persons towards the development and now the official launching of this exercise program. Without her leadership and guidance, Ma'am Jean, I'm sure this exercise program would not have been possible. Kaya naman, to deliver her opening remarks and provide an overview of Galaw Pilipinas, let us welcome with a warm virtual applause the Director 4 of the Bureau of Curriculum Development,
Director Jocelyn D.R. Anday.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat, to our Honorable Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones, our esteemed Execom and Mancom members, the regional and division officials and staff, school heads, teaching and non-teaching personnel, partners, guests, and most especially to our dear parents and learners, good morning, maayon na aga, happy Valentine's Day. I'd like to thank everyone for attending and supporting this very significant activity of our department, our DepEd officials and participants from all regions, as well as our resource persons who have always been with us in developing the Galaw Pilipinas. We have Dr. Lordinio Vergara from the Philippine Normal University, Professor Sebastian Repoli of Magna Anima Teachers College, Professor Hercules Calianta of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and Ms. Rosa Ligaya Domingo, our former OIC Chief of the Special Curricular Programs Division. Let me also recognize our guests from other agencies and organizations, Dr. Nemencio Nicodemus, President of the Philippine Association for the Study of Overweight and Obesity, Dr. Imelda Angeles Agdepa, Director 4 and Scientist 2 of Food and Nutrition Research Institute, and Dr. Jaime Montoya, the Executive Director of the Philippine Council for Health, Research, and Development. In behalf of the Department of Education and the Bureau of Curriculum Development, I am pleased to welcome you all to the virtual launch of Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise Program with the theme Galaw Pilipinas, Alistong Isip, at Aktibong Katawan. At this juncture, allow me to give an overview of Galaw Pilipinas. As stipulated in DepEd Order number 60 series of 2021 titled Guidelines on Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercises Program, the DepEd commits itself to the holistic development of learners, thereby asserting the crucial role that physical activities play in the total wellness and character formation of the learners. In particular, The DepEd recognizes the vital role of Galaw Pilipinas in promoting an active lifestyle, inculcating positive values, and countering sedentary living among our learners. Galaw Pilipinas, as DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise Program, shall be part of the daily exercise routine in the school or community learning center. It is a 4-minute routine which shall contribute to the 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity prescribed daily for children 5 to 17 years of age, according to the World Health Organization Physical Activity Guidelines 2020. These calisthenics shall replace the different dances or exercises performed by learners in the public and private elementary schools, junior high schools, and senior high schools, along with the entire DepEd community during their flag raising ceremony, flag retreat, start of the first class, or school-initiated activities. Galaw Pilipinas movements are inspired by Philippine folk dances which include Rigodon Royal, Tinikling, and Maglalatik, among others, and festivals particularly Sinulog, Higalaay, Kalilang, and the like. Arnis stances such as strikes are also integrated in the calisthenics in recognition of Arnis as the Philippine national martial arts and sports. Galaw Pilipinas shall be performed by all learners under any of the learning delivery modalities. During face-to-face learning, Galaw Pilipinas shall be performed by the learners and the entire school community in every flag raising ceremony, flag retreat, or before the start of the class. The steps or movement patterns shall be taught during PE classes to highlight proper execution, whether in face-to-face or distance learning delivery modality. The origin or history of these movements shall also be taught to enhance cultural awareness among our learners. To ensure inclusivity, the intensity of the execution of Galaw Pilipinas shall vary according to the type of learners and their key stages. Furthermore, in consideration of the needs and context of learners with disabilities, the steps and movements may be modified. Galaw Pilipinas, as DepEd's national calisthenics, shall be part of the daily exercise routine in class and be performed every flag ceremony, flag retreat, or the start of the first class. These calisthenics shall replace, as I mentioned, the different dances or exercises performed by learners during school-initiated activities and shall then be anchored on the curriculum standards of physical education. And teachers in other learning areas are enjoined to integrate it in relevant learning competencies. The National Calisthenics aims to promote healthy lifestyle among Filipinos that will benefit their physical and socio-emotional well-being, improve strength, flexibility, cardiovascular endurance, and coordination, enhance cultural awareness by integrating Philippine cultures in the calisthenics, and inculcate nationalism and discipline. It is envisioned that eventually Filipinos will become familiar with the calisthenics routine and will be able to perform it anywhere. We hope, ladies and gentlemen, that through this program, we will be able to encourage our learners and stakeholders to live an active lifestyle, especially now that we are seeing a decline in physical activity among our learners and even our teachers as a result of the long home confinement and prolonged screen time under the new normal learning setup. Furthermore, in December, I would like to announce that the DepEd, through the Bureau of Curriculum Development, will hold its first virtual Galaw Pilipinas demonstration contest. The primary objectives of this contest are to demonstrate proper execution of Galaw Pilipinas steps and movements and to strengthen Galaw Pilipinas implementation throughout the DepEd community. The guidelines and mechanics for this activity will be released by the department soon. Once again, my colleagues in the Department of Education, magandang umaga, maayo na adlaw, mag-ehersisyo na tayo. Galaw Pilipinas para sa Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan. Always keep safe and may God bless us.
Thank you very much, Director Jocelyn D.R. Andaya. Kaya naman, tandaan natin, mag-ehersisyo na para sa Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan. So, at this juncture, we will proceed to the message of our Assistant Secretary. Please join me in welcoming our Assistant Secretary for Curriculum and Instruction.
Let us welcome Assistant Secretary Alma Ruby C. Torrio.
Good day to everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here during the virtual launch of DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise Program with the theme Galaw Pilipinas, Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan. This program has been organized by our distinguished colleagues at the Bureau of Curriculum Development, who have seen the urgent need to respond to the struggles of teachers and learners during the course of the pandemic, namely anxiety, depression, and stress. We have learned from our health experts and frontliners that a very effective way to prevent and overcome both physical and mental health symptoms is through regular exercise. With this in mind, our dear colleagues at the BCT have developed a calisthenics video that promotes a healthy lifestyle for our learners and teachers. Specifically, this video targets the physical and socio-emotional well-being of the learners by seeking to improve flexibility, endurance, and coordination while enhancing cultural awareness because our very own culture has been integrated in these exercises. The CI heads have been challenged to follow this calisthenics routine, and we find it to be very vigorous and enjoyable at the same time. It is therefore my encouragement for all of us to start using this video in our daily exercise routines. You can use this during your study breaks or your work breaks to ensure that we would continue to develop a sound mind and strong body, which are both crucial for us not only in terms of surviving this pandemic, but also in thriving and in driving our nation out of its current predicament. Once again, congratulations to our BCD colleagues. Stay safe, stay strong, and have a great time following this video. Maraming salamat po.
That was indeed very inspirational. Maraming salamat po, ASEC Alma Ruby C. Torrio. Talagang Ma'am Jean, sa message ni Asek Almarubisi Torio, makikita natin na with the best efforts of our colleagues from the Bureau of Curriculum Development, from the bottom of our hearts, maraming salamat. At talagang na-appreciate natin, Ma'am Jean, yung mga ganitong hakbangin kasi ang aim talaga nito is to address the needs of everyone, especially our learners.
Tama ka dyan, Sir Lester. Exercising is indeed one of the best ways to overcome both physical and mental problems during this time of pandemic. So we are confident that this calisthenics exercise program will be beneficial to everyone. At Sir Lester, bonus pa dyan because our Philippine culture is integrated into this calisthenics program.
Yes naman, Ma'am Jean. Dyan talaga ako na-excite. Paano kaya na-integrate ang ating culture sa calisthenics exercise na ito? Total, usapang kahusayan na rin naman tayo, undeniably, our learners all around the Philippines, hindi natin maikakaila, are so blessed with different exceptional talents.
Kaya ngayong araw, we will be witnessing one of the prides of Region 4A Calabarzon, Division of Quezon Province. Quezon Science Madrigal Bertuzos is the singing ambassador of goodwill and the official choir of Quezon Science High School. The QSMV, in fact, has won several awards.
Wow!
Yes, both locally and internationally.
So talagang hindi natin may pagkakailangan na hindi lang pang Pilipinas ang ating mga learners. In fact, nanalo pa sila ng awards international. Kaya naman, from the Division of Quezon Province, let us welcome for an intermission number, the Quezon Science Madrigal Virtuosos.
Wow! Just wow! What an amazing performance! Thank you very much, Quezon Science Madrigal Vertusos. It is our pleasure to watch you perform. Iba talaga, Sir Lester, ang talentong DepEd, no?
Totoo yan, Ma'am Jean. Sadyang napakahusay. Alam natin na basta tatak DepEd, talentado.
Tama ka dyan, Sir Lester. At alam mo ba, Sir Lester, hindi lang mga teachers at DepEd staff ang kasama natin nanunood sa ating Facebook Live. Dahil kasama rin natin nanunood ang ating mga learners.
Wow, talaga namang engaged na engaged ang ating mga mag-aaral, pati na rin ang ating mga teachers sa ating ginaganap na virtual launching ng Galaw Pilipinas.
At kaya naman, patuloy lang po ang pag-share ng ating link para mas marami ang makapanood ng Galaw Pilipinas. And at this point, after hearing the messages earlier from Director Andaya, and of course from ASEC Torio, I'm sure that everybody is excited to witness how this calisthenics routine is performed.
I agree, Ma'am Jean, kahit ako sobrang excited na talaga akong malaman kung paano ba pine-perform ang Galaw Pilipinas. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, I am so excited about how culture is integrated into the steps and movement. And just to reiterate, Ma'am Jean, according to DepEd Order Number 60 Series of 2021, Galaw Pilipinas, the National Calisthenics Exercise Program, shall be part of the daily exercise routine and class and be performed every flag ceremony, flag retreat, or the start of the first class. This calisthenics program shall replace the different dances or exercises performed by learners during school-initiated activities.
Kaya, Sir Lester, dapat matutunan ng lahat kung paano ba ang ating Galaw Pilipinas.
Yes, excited na rin ako dyan.
Ako din, Sir Lester. So we do hope that as we continue with the launch, we will all be able to gain understanding and of course, appreciation for this exercise program. Kaya naman, ating tunghayan ang mga mag-aaral, guro at kawani ng kagawaran sa Galaw Pilipinas. Sabay-sabay nating panuorin ang Galaw Pilipinas promotional video.
Lihok,
Galaw!
Dalbang,
Kiwa!
Gunay, Buklag,
Gios!
Halina't tayo mag-ehersisyo, labanan ng sakit at mundo, sabay-sabay takot sa mundo, at tayo'y mga Pilipino. Umalong sumayaw, umatsak sumigaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, mag-araw.
a very engaging performance. Talagang napakahusay, Ma'am Jean, ng ating various DepEd stakeholders. Kitang-kita natin, Ma'am Jean, na ang ating mga undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, bureau and service directors, together with the different regional directors and other DepEd officials. In other words, ang buong DepEd community ay talagang nakikiisa at buong suporta sa Galaw Pilipinas by doing this exercise.
Tama ka dyan, Sir Lester. Kaya naman nakaka-inspire, Gumalaw Pilipinas.
Yes.
Sir Lester, sabi dito sa isa sa ating mga comments sa Facebook, sa ating live, sabi doon, sabi ni Ma'am Melinda Festejo, every morning, yan ang tugtog ko dito sa bahay at sinusundan ko ang steps. Maraming salamat sa MAPI teachers namin mula sa Bagong Silangan High School, SDO, Quezon City.
Wow, talagang game na ang mga taga-SDO Quezon City. Isa namang comment ulit mula sa ating Facebook Live, sabi ni Ma'am Franz Tagudin, excited na ako na i-perform ang Galaw Pilipinas to burn calories and learn the different cultures through an exercise. Talagang lahat tayo, ma'am, excited dyan.
Tama ka dyan, Sir Lester. At kung mapapanood mo sa ating video, di ba, the moves are simple. Kaya I am sure na lahat tayo ay matututunan ang steps na ito in no time. And by doing this exercise, ipinapakita natin na pinahahalagahan natin ang ating mga kalusugan.
Tama ka dyan, Ma'am Jean. Dapat talagang top priority natin ang ating mga kalusugan. So at this point, we are privileged enough to have the presence of our competent and dedicated Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction Strand, where children are most important. Ngayon, para sa keynote speech, let us give a virtual applause to
Undersecretary Justado M. San Antonio.
In the name of our dearest Secretary of Education, Professor Emeritus Leonor Liling Magtolis Briones, I am honored to finally be a part of this grand launch of our Galaw Pilipinas initiative. We commend the Bureau of Curriculum Development, ably headed by Director Joyce Andaya, for this initiative. We all believe that education is not only about creating brilliant minds. We also want to make sure that indeed the Filipinos become 21st century citizens who are holistically developed, strong in mind, in spirit, in body, in values, and in every other aspect of our being human beings. And Galaw Pilipinas stresses the value of the need for our youngsters and even ourselves, the teachers and school officials, to be able to also pay attention not only to cognitive and even affective pursuits, but also to make sure that our bodily kinesthetic capacities are strengthened. Galaw Pilipinas, which is inspired by the different ethnic dances in our country, is hopefully going to unify our not only our moves physically, but our spirit and values. We know that engaging in physical activities allows human beings to be more active in other aspects of their lives, specifically cognitively. We are very supportive, and we will make sure that Galaw Pilipinas will be part of our routines in our schools, even among us, fellow teachers and school officials. When we have, gatherings, we have to continue to move. And the Galaw Pilipinas steps will definitely make our efforts to be very active citizens, physically and in other aspects, more exciting, because of course we will be dancing and at the same time moving considering the different ethnic uniqueness that our areas in the country are known for. So congratulations once again. And by the authority vested in me by our Secretary Liling Briones, I formally declare Galaw Pilipinas as DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise Program.
Okay, Miss
Congratulations
Barbara,
once again to
please.
BCD. Let us
Okay.
continue to move fellow members of the DepEd family, particularly
Thank you po
our
very much, RD.
youngsters, our learners.
Bye,
Let's move
RD.
and be agents of national transformation, agents of national progress. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. God bless.
Thank you very much for your unwavering support, USEC San Antonio. And of course, for highlighting the significance of this undertaking. Once again, let us give him a warm virtual applause.
Alam mo, Ma'am Jean, sobrang daming magagandang salitang binitawan ni USEC San Antonio. At pero, ang pinaka-favorite ko doon ay nabanggit niya na ang aim talaga ng DepEd is to produce students who are holistically developed.
Yes, tama ka dyan, Sir Lester. Lagi natin tandaan, strong in mind, strong in spirit, strong in values, and strong in bodies. Ramdam na ramdam natin ang pagmamahal ng DepEd ngayong araw ng mga puso. Dahil hindi lang ito, Sir Lester, para sa ating mga estudyante, but for us teachers as well, and even for our administrators and staff.
Kaya naman, iparamdam niyo sa amin ulit ang pagmamahal sa pag-comment sa ating Facebook Live gamit ang mga hashtags na
#Galaw Pilipinas
at #Alisto at Aktibo. At dahil formal na ngang naideklara ni USEC Diosdado San Antonio ang Galaw Pilipinas bilang National Calisthenics Program ng DepEd, atin nang tunghayan ang Paggalaw Pilipinas ng DepEd learners sa pamamagitan ng mga aktibo at alistong mag-aaral mula sa Zeferino Arroyo High School, SDO Iriga City, Region 5.
Kaya naman, tumayo na sa mga kinauupuan. Tara na!
At gumalaw-galaw,
Mag-unat-unat
at mag-ehersisyo
para sa Galaw Pilipinas.
DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise.
Lihok. Galaw. Dalbog.
Kiwa.
Gunay. Bublak.
Kios.
Halina't tayo mag-ehersisyo, labanan ng sakit at mundo. Sabay-sabay takot sa mundo, at tayo'y mga Pilipino. Umalong sumayaw, umatsak sumigaw, umalaw, Pilipinas. Sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, umalaw, Pilipinas.
Kaya naman mga ka-DepEd, tumalon!
Sumayaw!
Pumadya!
At sumigaw!
Gumalaw!
Pilipinas!
What a very exceptional performance mula sa mga mag-aaral ng Zeferino Arroyo High School, SDO Iriga City, Region 5. With a bit of the music, Sir Lester, talaga namang unang rinig mo pa lang nito, siguradong mapapa-ehersisyo ka na.
Tama ka dyan, Ma'am Jean. Parang gusto ko na talagang mag-ehersisyo ngayong umaga. Sa ating mga viewers sa Facebook, make sure na bigyan natin ng heart react ang Zeferino Arroyo High School. Kitang-kita rin na talagang masusing pinag-isipan ng bawat galaw para sa ating calisthenics program. Napansin mo ba, Ma'am Jean, na yung mga movements ay talagang hango sa Philippine festivals?
Tama ka dyan, Sir Lester, gaya na lang ng sinulong. We've also seen some steps inspired by folk dances such as maglalapit at marami pang iba.
At syempre, favorite step ko, Ma'am Jean, yung Army Strikes. And speaking of Paggalaw Pilipinas ng buong DepEd community,
of course, hindi ito maiisa katuparan kung wala ang suporta ng ating DepEd officials mula sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa. So at this point, let us hear the messages of support and commitment of various DepEd field officials from Luzon.
Sa ngalan ng buong kagawaran ng Edukasyon Region 3, aking ipinaabot ang aking taus-pusong suporta sa paglulunsad ng DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise na tinatawag na Galaw Pilipinas. Nais kong bigyang pugay ang Bureau of Curriculum Development, kasama na rin ang mga naging katuwang nito sa pagbuo ng sayaw at ehersisyong ito na may layuning mahikayat ang lahat ng mga Pilipinong mamamayan, lalo na ang ating mga mag-aaral na magsagawa ng regular na pag-ehersisyo at gawaing pisikal. Sa pamamagitan ng mga nakakaindak na mga galaw na hango sa iba't ibang mga katutubong sayaw at sports nating mga Pilipino, ang Galaw Pilipinas ay isang nakaaayang sayaw at ehersisyo na tunay na makakatulong sa pagpapanatili ng ating aktibo at malusog na pangangatawan. Sama-sama nating igalaw ang ating mga katawan at sabayan ang indak ng ating pambansang ehersisyo. Tara na, tayo'y makilahok sa Galaw Pilipinas.
Greetings from DepEd Calabarzon. When I was given the opportunity to dance along to the Galaw Pilipinas instructional video, I felt energized and happy. As a popular movie character once said, exercise gives you endorphins, endorphins make you happy. And through this Galaw Pilipinas, we are not just promoting a healthy body, but we are aiming for a healthy mind. So to everyone, continue to move through life with a healthy heart and a warm smile.
Diyos marhay na aga sa Indugabos. The DepEd RO5 family congratulates the Bureau of Curriculum Development special curricular programs on the virtual launching of Galaw Pilipinas as our department's national calisthenics exercise. Selected teachers from Bicol region participated in crafting this material. In the time when we are facing the weight of the global health crisis, our department continues to commit to putting a premium on the holistic developments of its students, personnel, and even stakeholders. Quarantines and health protocols are an essential part of the world we live in now. Taking care of our health becomes the prime priority. With the Galaw Pilipinas National Calisthenics Exercise, we will develop the habit of being physically active as fundamental to the overall health of an individual. With collaborative and productive efforts of those behind the development of Galaw Pilipinas, we will tell the entire nation sa DepEd Alistong Isip, Aktibong Katawan, Pilipinas, tara na, galaw na! Thank you very much and good morning!
Galaw Pilipinas as the National Calisthenics Exercise Program of our department is another important milestone which SDO Sorsogon Province is now throwing solid support to push forward its successful implementation in our schools. Spearheaded by the Bureau of Curriculum Development, Galaw Pilipinas puts high premium on the importance of healthy lifestyle and the promotion among our learners, physical and socio-emotional well-being, and in the process cultivating their character to be productive citizens of their communities. My felicitations to the people at the helm of this significant event, department executives and officials, ladies and gentlemen, good day. As Galaw Pilipinas comes alive in our schools as a venue for curriculum integration, its implementation is apt and timely as we need to open opportunities for our learners to enhance their confidence and let Galaw Pilipinas come in the forefront towards this end. With it, we in SDO Sorsogon Province join the rest of the schools and divisions all over the country in that fervent desire that through the National Calisthenics Exercise Program, we continue to build better learners, better versions of themselves, and better Filipinos of tomorrow. Rest assured that in my capacity as the school's division superintendent, 101 support is extended to programs of this kind. Mabuhay ang Galaw Pilipinas, mabuhay ang DepEd, mabuhay po tayong lahat.
The Department of Education has been committing itself to contributing to the holistic development of our learners through recognizing the potent roles of physical activity in the promotion of overall well-being and character formation. Given the current health crisis that has prevented us from doing more exercises, we are glad to know that the department will introduce this Galaw Pilipinas as the National Calisthenics Exercise. May this well-planned physical fitness program urge us and our learners to groove our way towards a healthy lifestyle as we also appreciate our cultural diversity through its movements and stances. Definitely, the Schools Division of Masbate Province gives its 100% support to the program. We will make sure that this will form part of the daily routines of our learners in the field. We will continue to move as one with coordinated movements and flexible physical strength as we shield today for a better school of tomorrow.
Talagang ramdam na ramdam natin ang pagmamahal ngayong araw ng mga puso, di ba, Ma'am Jean?
At nakakataba talaga ng puso na marinig ang mga suporta ng iba't iba nating DepEd official. So maraming salamat po, RD May Eclar of DepEd Region 3.
Maraming salamat din po, RD Francis Cesar Bringas of DepEd Region 4A, Calabarzon.
Salamat din po from DepEd Region 5, RD Gilbert Sadsad.
Salamat din po SDS Jose Doncillo of SDO Sorsogon.
And of course, SDS ng SDO Masbate, SDS Nene Marioles.
Ngayon naman, Ma'am Jean, may mapapanood ulit tayong makikisa sa Paggalaw Pilipinas. Pero bago yan, kumustahin muna natin ang ating mga viewers sa ating Facebook Live.
So Sir Lester, may nabasa ako kanina, sabi ni Ma'am Dalen Salieva, my sweat came out and my knees ached but still enjoyed the calisthenics. Mabuhay DepEd. So nakakatuwa, Sir Lester, even prior to this national official launching ng ating Galaw Pilipinas, ay marami na pala talaga ang nakikigalaw Pilipinas.
Yes, Ma'am Jean, kasama talaga yan ang pagsakit ng ating mga katawan sa pag-alam at pagkatuto ng mga exercises. Sabi naman ni Ma'am Marisa Laigo, excited na akong ituro ito sa aking mga kinder learners from Balatong Elementary School. Naku, nakakatawa siguro, nakakatuwang panoorin ang mga kinder learners natin na gumagalaw Pilipinas. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, Ma'am Jean, may mapapanood ulit tayong Makikigalaw Pilipinas. Magpapahuli ba dyan ang mga kasamahan natin sa ating sariling paaralan?
Siyempre naman, hindi Sir Lester. Kaya naman, panoorin natin ang Paggalaw Pilipinas ng Lucena Dalahican National High School.
Lihok. Galaw. Galbong.
Kiwa.
Gunay. Bublak.
Kios.
Halina't tayo'y mag-ehersito, labanan ng sakit at lulubyo, sabay-sabay takot sa mundo, lahat tayo'y mga Pilipino. Umalong sumayaw, umatsak sumigaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, gumalaw,
Lucena Dalahican National High School. Sir Lester, hinahanap kita sa video, ba't parang hindi ka kasali?
Actually, Ma'am Jean, kasali talaga dapat ako dun eh. Kaso, ayaw lang kitang iwanan ngayon sa ating virtual launching. Pero okay lang yan kasi kasama naman natin doon ang top management ng SDO Lucena sa pangunguna ni SDS Jimmy Panganiban.
Tama ka dyan at nakakatuwa kasi sila from SDO Lucena City ay nakikigalaw Pilipinas na. So, Sir Lester, to further motivate ang ating to perform Galaw Pilipinas on a daily basis, let us continue to hear short but sweet messages of support from our DepEd field officials, this time from Visayas.
Warm greetings from DepEd Region 6, the home of the champions. Having in mind the importance of exercise, especially during this unprecedented health scenario, the Department of Education Region 6, as the home of the champions, advocates Galaw Pilipinas as DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise Program. With the initiative of the Curriculum Development Special Curricular Programs Division, the theme of the virtual launch, Galaw Pilipinas, Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan, will surely go a long way. After this launch, DepEd Regional Office 6 shall engage all the 21 schools divisions for the cascading of this worthwhile endeavor. This effort is in sync with what we strive to obtain for our learners as we declare in the region that every child is a champion. So our learners need to be healthy to become champions. So, in one big voice, we say, Galaw Pilipinas, Galaw!
Mens sana in corpore sano, a sound mind and a sound body. COVID-19 has affected our day-to-day life and is slowing down the mode and delivery of quality instruction. In short, it hugely changed the landscape of our country's educational system. Many of our learners are living a sedentary life and are exposed to the risk of diseases due to physical inactivity. As a response to the challenge that our children are facing, DepEd Schools Division of Iloilo City supports the launching of the Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise Program. This program aims to nurture understanding on the importance of being physically fit and develop positive values among our learners that will benefit their socio-emotional well-being. Therefore, I encourage our school administrators and teachers to innovate ways on how to uniquely integrate this program in the curriculum, most especially during the time of pandemic. Let us not stop innovating and seeking means to help boost the immunity of our learners. Research data reveal that exercise affects the immune system and the body's antiviral defense. The higher the level of physical fitness, the stronger the immunity. Consequently, we also invite our dear parents to be our collaborators in this endeavor. The family plays a crucial role in helping the school improve the health condition of students. Moving forward, consistency and sustained motivation on doing physical activity and workouts can bring improvement on the mood and disposition of our individual. Let us stay fit and healthy. And don't forget to wear that smile. Thank you very much. Mabuhay ang DepEd. Mabuhay ang Gurong Pilipino.
Maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta, Regional Director Ramir Oitico of DepEd Region 6.
And of course, maraming salamat po SDS Luz de los Reyes of SDO Iloilo City. At this point, Ma'am Jean, for another Galaw Pilipinas performance, of course, talagang buong Pilipinas ay nakikiisa sa atin. Let us watch this video of selected teaching and non-teaching personnel from SDO Iriga City, Region 5.
very much, SDO Iriga City. Alam mo, Sir Lester, para sa kaalaman ng lahat, ang DepEd Region 5, SDO Iriga City, ay isa sa mga naging punong abala sa production ng ating official Galaw Pilipinas videos. So, kudos po sa inyo at maraming salamat po.
Yes, maraming salamat po, SDO Iriga City. I'm sure, Ma'am Jean, mai-inspire lalo na gumalaw Pilipinas, hindi lang ang mga learners, but this time kasama ang ating mga teachers, pati na rin ang mga non-teaching personnel. Kaya based sa ating Facebook comments, gumagalaw Pilipinas na raw sila sa kanilang SDO. Kagaya nga ng sinabi mo kanina bago pa tayo nag-launching, talagang ginagawa na nila ang Paggalaw Pilipinas dahil na-release na ang Galaw Pilipinas Guidelines last December through DepEd Order number 60 series of 2021.
Kaya naman, Sir Lester, talagang nakakatuwang malaman na in no time, ang buong DepEd community sa buong Pilipinas ay nag-e-exercise daily through Galaw Pilipinas. Kaya naman, Sir Lester, ma-segue ko lang. Alam mo ba that we are very happy and excited to announce that there will be a national competition to showcase this exercise routine as performed by learners, teaching, and non-teaching personnel. Kaya naman, abangan natin yan this year.
Naku, Ma'am Gina, abangan ko talaga yan at siguradong sasali na ako.
Sasali na rin ako, syempre.
Yes, nakaka-excite naman. But more than the excitement for this competition, Ma'am Jean, mas excited ako sa magiging epekto nito ng Galaw Pilipinas sa ating mga kalusugan, sa ating physical and socio-emotional or sa ating mga mental health.
Ang kinaganda kasi talaga niyan, Sir Lester, ng exercise na ito, na-enhance mo na yung coordination, flexibility, and cardiovascular endurance mo. At nag-e-enjoy ka pa, syempre. Nag-release ka ng happy hormones, which is, of course, will have positive impact on our mental health.
Kaya naman, mag-exercise na tayo para magkaroon tayo ng happy hormones at maging masaya tayong lahat ngayong araw ng mga puso. Agree ako doon, Ma'am Jean. Kaya ngayon naman, let's hear more messages of support and commitment from our DepEd field officials. This time, from Mindanao. Let's watch these videos.
Isang napakagandang araw na punong-puno ng tuwa, sigla at pag-asa sa ating lahat. Ito po ang aming mainit na pagbati mula dito sa amin sa Kagawaran ng Edukasyon sa amihan ng Mindanao. It's no secret that physical activity and exercise offer us countless benefits. They are a common topic whether in social media, radio and television, magazines, and even in casual conversations. Most definitely, they have been an essential part in various organizations. And recognizing the crucial role that physical activity and exercise play in the lives of our Filipino learners, we in the Department of Education support the 1987 Philippine Constitution, which declares that the state shall promote physical education and encourage sports programs, league competitions, and amateur sports, and including training for international competitions to foster self-discipline, teamwork, and excellence for the development of a healthy and alert citizenry. DepEd also never failed to recognize the UNESCO International Charter of Physical Education, Physical Activity, and Sports, which recognizes the variety of individual and societal benefits such as health, social and economic development, youth empowerment, reconciliation, and peace. Hence, our physical education subject provides for the inclusion of fitness and movement education in the K-12 basic education program. However, the current COVID-19 pandemic has contributed to our reduced level of physical activities. But despite these limitations, DepEd has initiated and provided us with an avenue that will promote physical fitness and healthy lifestyle among us, particularly our learners. Ladies and gentlemen, we in DepEd Region 10 fully support the Galaw Pilipinas advocacies, which hopes to achieve an active lifestyle among all types of learners in all key stages. And that include, of course, all of us, DepEd officials, teaching and non-teaching personnel. We further join the entire Department of Education in committing ourselves to the holistic development of our learners, thereby asserting the crucial role that physical activity and exercise play in the total wellness and character formation of our learners. On behalf of my DepEd 10 family, I would like to thank and commend the effective leadership of the Honorable Secretary Leonor Magtolis-Briones through the Bureau of Curriculum Development for standing tall and addressing any challenges in the delivery of quality basic education for all. Makakaasa po kayo na kami sa Kagawaran ng Edukasyon, Region 10, ay iisa ang galaw at nakikiisa para sa katuparan ng Galaw Pilipinas at sa lahat ng programa ng buong kagawaran. Marami pong salamat sa inyo.
On my capacity as Schools Division Superintendent of Tagum City Division and as President of the PAS Region 11, this serves as support statements for DepEd's Galaw Pilipinas, a national calisthenic exercise program spearheaded by the Bureau of Curriculum Development and Special Program Division, which aim to promote a healthy lifestyle and featured steps and movements from the folk, cultural, and tribal dances in the country, as well as some earnest stances to emphasize its importance as a national sport. Needless to say, Galaw Pilipinas will promote active lifestyle among our constituents in the department that would be beneficial most particularly to the learners' physical and emotional well-being, endurance, coordination, cultural awareness, and balanced lifestyle, especially at this difficult time of the pandemic where the education sector is adversely affected. Thank you, congratulations, and my long-distance salute to the Bureau of Curriculum Development and Special Program Division for another job very well done para sa bata, para sa bayan.
Maraming salamat po sa mga mensahe ng pagsuporta mula sa ating DepEd officials from Mindanao. Sa ating pong Regional Director, Arturo B. Bayucot of DepEd Region 10.
Of course, maraming salamat po to SDS Josephine Fadul of SDO Tagum City.
Sir Lester, basahin natin ang isang comment na ulit mula sa ating Facebook page. Sabi ni Mary Sydney de Mesa, congrats po, nakaka-LSS po yung kanta.
Wow, talagang mapapasayo ka kapag narinig, mapapa-ehersisyo na tayo kapag narinig natin ang musika ng Galaw Pilipinas. Sabi rin ng isa pa nating viewer mula sa Facebook na si Ma'am Natividad Topia, we are so very excited and happy to execute Galaw Pilipinas. Kaya naman mula sa lahat ng SDO natin, tara na, sabay-sabay na tayong gumalaw Pilipinas.
Also, Sir Lester, we would like to thank the special program in the arts implementers in helping to create the music of Galaw Pilipinas na nakaka-LSS.
Yes, talagang nakaka-LSS ang musika ng Galaw Pilipinas. Kaya naman, sa pagkakataong ito, hindi papahuli ang paggalaw Pilipinas ng mga ka-DepEd natin mula sa Mindanao. Let's watch the Galaw Pilipinas Calisthenics exercise performed by various schools division offices of Region 10.
Blood!
Cheers!
Halina't tayo mag-ehersisyo, labanan ng sakit at lugyo, sabay-sabay pakita sa mundo, lahat tayo'y mga Pilipino. Tumalong, sumayaw, tumatsak, sumigaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, mag-aaral sa panahon ito, hindi ko tangkad at ikemot mo, ehersisyo para sa Pilipino, kalusugan sa buong mundo. Tumalong, sumayaw, tumatsak, sumigaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas. Kalusugan, nasa ugalian, kayang-kaya, lusog na katawan. Kalusugan, nasa ugalian, kayang-kaya, lusog na katawan. Tumalong, sumayaw, tumatsak, sumigaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas. Tumalong, sumayaw, tumatsak, sumigaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas. Tumalong, sumayaw, tumatsak, sumigaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, sabay ang galaw, walang bibitaw, gumalaw, Pilipinas, Pilipinas.
Thank you so much, DepEd Region 10. Definitely, the successful launching and implementation of Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise Program, will not be possible without the support and cooperation from the field.
Yes naman, Ma'am Jean. Speaking of support, hindi magpapahuli ang iba pa nating DepEd taga-suporta. Kaya naman, let's watch these videos from some of the department's external stakeholders.
I am one with DepEd Galaw Pilipinas para sa Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan.
Kami sa DOST FNRI ay kasama ng DepEd Galaw Pilipinas para sa Alistong Isip, malusog, at aktibong katawan.
Nakikiisa ako!
Nakikiisa ako
Nakikiisa ako!
sa Galaw Pilipinas.
Kami sa Department of Science and Technology ay kasama ng Department of Education, Galaw Pilipinas para sa Alistong Isip, malusog, at aktibong katawan. Nakikiisa kami sa Galaw Pilipinas.
Wow, Ma'am Jean, kitang-kita natin na napakarami talagang nakikiisa sa ating national launching ng Galaw Pilipinas. Di ba?
Tama ka dyan, Sir Lester. And of course, maraming salamat po, Director Jaime C. Montoya, Executive Director ng Philippine Council for Health Research and Development,
and Dr. Imelda Angeles Agdepa, Director 4 and Scientist 2 ng DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute. Your expressions of support will be instrumental to the success of the implementation of Galaw Pilipinas as DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise Program.
And speaking of support, we would also like to thank SDO Lucena City, headed by, of course, our SDS, Dr. Jamie Panganiban.
And also to Sir Joey Hader, EPS in MAPE, and of course, Ma'am Carmen H. Makatugob, the principal of Lucena Dalahican National High School, for their untiring support on the conduct of this activity.
So kaya naman at this point, Sir Lester, to highlight the important details of Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise Program, as stipulated in DepEd Order Number 60, Series of 2020, let us watch this explainer video.
Physical inactivity or sedentary living is prevalent, especially among children and youth. This kind of lifestyle is linked to several diseases and conditions, such as obesity. The World Health Organization, or WHO, reported that about 13% of the world's adult population, 11% of men, and 15% of women were obese in 2016. Meanwhile, an estimated 38.2 million children under the age of 5 were obese or overweight in 2019, and almost half of them lived in Asia. In the Philippines, the 2018 expanded National Nutrition Survey by the Department of Science and Technology Food and Nutrition Research Institute indicates that the national estimate for overweight children significantly increased from 8.6% in 2015 to 11.7% in 2018. Following an increasing trend of overweight and obesity through the years. Among pre-adolescent and adolescent children, the prevalence of overweight and obesity continued to rise over the years, with the current estimate at 11.6%. In year 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic hit the globe. This has contributed to the reduced level of physical activity due to increased screen time brought about by prolonged school closures and home confinement. In consideration of these issues and concerns, pursuant to Article 14, Section 19 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, which declares that the state shall promote physical education and encourage sports programs, league competitions, and amateur sports, including training for international competition, to foster self-discipline, teamwork, and excellence for the development of a healthy and alert citizenry, and in recognition of the UNESCO revised International Charter of Physical Education, Physical Activity, and Sports, the department establishes the promotion and implementation of Galaw Pilipinas as the national calisthenics to achieve an active lifestyle among all types of learners in all key stages. The merit of calisthenics in basic education is realized throughout the world, as it is economical, requires minimal to no equipment, requires minimal space, and is easy to learn. Galaw Pilipinas as DepEd's National Calisthenics Exercise Program shall be part of the daily exercise routine in the schools and community learning centers. It is a 4-minute routine which shall contribute to the 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity prescribed daily for children 5 to 17 years of age. This calisthenics shall replace the different dances or exercises performed by learners in the public and private elementary schools, junior high schools, and senior high schools, along with the entire DepEd community during flag raising ceremony, flag retreat, first day of classes, and other school-initiated activities. The Galaw Pilipinas movements are inspired by the Philippine folk dances, which include Rigodon Royal, Tinikling, and Maglalatik, among others, and festivals particularly Sinulog, Higalaay, Kalilang, and the like. Our knee stances such as strikes are also integrated in the calisthenics in recognition of our knees as the Philippine national martial art and sport. Galaw Pilipinas aims to promote an active lifestyle for Filipinos that will benefit both their physical and socio-emotional well-being, improve strength, flexibility, cardiovascular endurance, coordination, and balance. Enhance cultural awareness by integrating Philippine cultures in the calisthenics exercises, and inculcate nationalism, unity, and discipline. The logo is designed to help identify Galaw Pilipinas as the national calisthenics exercise. The torch and flame symbolize quality education with the learners at the center, developing both their physical and socio-emotional well-being. The four rays represent the department's core values: makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. Lastly, the baybayin as one of the ancient indigenous scripts reflect the appreciation of the rich Philippine culture, thereby symbolizing an inculcation of nationalism among Filipino learners. Galaw Pilipinas shall be performed by all learners under any of the learning delivery modalities. During face-to-face learning, Galaw Pilipinas shall be performed by the learners and the entire school community in every flag raising ceremony, flag retreat, or before the start of the class. Likewise, Galaw Pilipinas shall be part of demonstration activities, school foundation day, and other school or community learning centers initiated activities. However, given the challenges and risks brought by COVID-19, carefully planned health standards and stringent enforcement shall be observed to ensure the safety of the learners, teachers, and other stakeholders and the community. The learners are advised to wear comfortable clothes when performing Galaw Pilipinas. When face-to-face classes resume, learners may wear their PE uniforms if available, or jogging pants, t-shirts, and rubber shoes. The steps or movement patterns shall be taught during PE classes to highlight proper execution, whether in face-to-face or distance learning delivery modality. The origin or history of these movements shall also be taught to enhance cultural awareness among learners. To ensure inclusivity, the intensity of the execution of Galaw Pilipinas shall vary according to the type of learners and their key stages. Further, in consideration of the needs and context of the learners with disabilities, the steps or movements may be modified. It is envisioned that eventually, Filipinos will familiarize themselves with the calisthenics routine and be able to perform them anywhere they are. Lastly, the Galaw Pilipinas promotional and instructional videos are available to the offices and schools through the link provided on the screen or via the QR code. So, what are you waiting for? Halina at mag-ehersisyo. Galaw Pilipinas para sa Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan.
Ang sarap lang talagang isipin, Sir Lester,
Yes,
no?
Ma'am Jean.
Na ang naging puso sa pagbuo ng programang ito ay ang welfare ng ating mga learners, as Galaw Pilipinas aims to promote an active lifestyle among our students.
And not only that, Ma'am Jean, Galaw Pilipinas will also enhance our cultural awareness dahil nga naka-integrate ang makulay na kultura ng Pilipinas sa bawat galaw. Kaya naman Pinoy na Pinoy ang exercise na ito, Ma'am Jean. Ngayon, the Bureau of Curriculum Development would like to acknowledge and thank the consultants who have helped develop, enhance, and refine this calisthenics program.
Kaya naman, maraming salamat po, Professor Hercules P. Calianta, Associate Professor 7 from College of Human Kinetics, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Taos-puso rin po kaming nagpapasalamat kay Professor Sebastian Maria Martin M. Ripoll, Director of Magna Anima Teachers College.
Salamat din po, Dr. Lordinho A. Vergara, Vice President for University Relations and Advancement from Philippine Normal University.
And of course, very much thanks to Miss Rosa Ligaya C. Domingo, former Special Program in Sports, Focal Person, and OIC Chief, Special Curriculum Programs Division.
Kaya naman, let us all implement this exercise program in our respective schools or field offices. At para mas maging malinaw pa sa atin ang implementing guidelines ng Galaw Pilipinas, the Bureau of Curriculum Development through the Special Curricular Programs Division will conduct an orientation to the field very soon.
Wow, nakaka-excite yung orientation na yan. I'm sure mas maiintindihan at mas matututunan natin kung paano ang Gumalaw Pilipinas. At alam mo ba, Ma'am Jean, at sa ating mga Zoom participants at sa Facebook na viewers natin, we're delighted to announce that the Bureau of Curriculum Development will also release a manual for Galaw Pilipinas very, very soon. Nakapaloob sa manual na ito ang illustrated guide ng movements or steps, cultural content na i-impart din natin sa ating mga mag-aaral at iba pang detalye tungkol sa Galaw Pilipinas at sa implementasyon nito.
Wow! Sir Lester, may promotional video.
Yes.
Meron din tayong instructional video. Meron din magkakaroon ng orientation. Tapos magkakaroon din ng manual. Talaga
tama
naman.
yan.
Mas madali nating makukuha kung paano ba ang paggalaw Pilipinas. At aabangan nating lahat yan, Sir Lester. Siyempre, para sa ikabubuti ng nationwide implementation ng Galaw Pilipinas.
Tama yan, Ma'am Jean.
And now, to formally cap off our virtual launch, let us intently listen to the message of the ever-dynamic Director 3 of the Bureau of Curriculum Development, Director Samuel R. Sullivan.
This morning to our Motherly Secretary, Leonor Montolis Briones, to our Undersecretaries, Assistant Secretaries, CO and RO Directors, the Schools Division Superintendents, Assistant Schools Division Superintendents, Supervisors, School Heads, teaching and non-teaching staff, to our parents, to all our partners, and most especially our K-12 learners. In this virtual launching of the Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise Program, we witnessed the tremendous support of the entire DepEd family, including our partners. Their messages of inspiration and their efforts to model the Galaw Pilipinas steps and movements are all expressions of love and care for the wellness, not only to our learners, but to the entire DepEd community. Hence, we have further strengthened our commitment to the holistic development of the learners for them to become physically and socio-emotionally healthy while learning. May the Galaw Pilipinas create more avenues and opportunities for learners to value Alistong Isip at Aktibong Katawan, and to value also friendship and collaboration between and among our learners. So, let us take good care of our health. We all love to see you share your school and community performance of the Galaw Pilipinas. Kaya tara na, Galaw Pilipinas. Thank you and happy Valentine's Day.
Let us give a virtual round of applause to Director Samuel Sullivan. Kaya tara na, kagaya ng binanggit ni Director Sullivan, makigalaw Pilipinas na.
So we would like to express our biggest thanks to everyone na nakasama po namin sa ating official virtual launching ng Galaw Pilipinas. Sa mga kasama po natin via Zoom, and of course sa ating mga viewers from our DepEd Philippines official Facebook page na hanggang ngayon ay nandyan. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, Ma'am Jean, maraming salamat sa walang sawang pagsuporta sa mga programa ng DepEd. Ang tanging hiling natin ngayong araw ng mga puso ay maging successful ang implementation ng Galaw Pilipinas, the DepEd National Calisthenics Exercise Program. Sa lahat ng narinig, napanood at natutunan natin ngayong umaga, Sana ay ating isapuso ang Galaw Pilipinas at ating isakatuparan ang layunin nito.
Sa mga nagpakinggan nating messages of support, also sa mga nakiisa sa atin via Zoom and sa ating official DepEd Philippines Facebook page, talaga namang nakikita ko na at nararamdaman ang tagumpay ng programang ito.
Yes, malapit na nating matutunan ang Paggalaw Pilipinas. Lagi nating tatandaan, a healthier body constitutes a healthier mind, kaya naman mag-ehersisyo na.
Tayo ay Gumalaw Pilipinas! Once again, I am Jean Mendoza Rimojo from Lucena de la Hica National High School, Division of Lucena City.
At ating tatandaan, health is wealth. I am John Lester F. Guerrero, also from Lucena de la Hica National High School, Division of Lucena City.
At upang iwan tayo ng higit na malinaw na bakas ng Galaw Pilipinas, ating balikan, pag-aralan at sabayan ang Galaw Pilipinas through this instructional video.
Kaya naman mga ka-DepEd mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, tumayo na sa kinauupuan.
Halina't maging alisto at aktibo.
Tara na, Galaw Pilipinas!
Are you ready to move? Let's go! Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then march. Swing arms at side with bent elbow. March forward, backward, forward, and backward. Let's do hapay. Close your fist. Now walk forward and clap overhead. Walk, backward, and clap. Do suba at su. Palms facing forward and sideward. Extend your arms properly. Execute our knee strike forcefully. Shoulder level. Knee level. Do a traka. Strike and hop. Strike and hop. Jump to squat. Lean trunk forward. Return to original position and repeat. Jog in place. Pound chest. Jog in place. High knees. Elbows to knee. Close step and squat. Jump twice. Jump to squat. Lean trunk forward. Lapay movement. Sway arms over. Arms in V upward, downward. Clap twice. Lapay movement. Sway arms overhead. Close step. Hop and top. Knee with your hands. 2 close steps and hop top. Now the other side. Lapay movement. Sway arms over. Arms in V upward, downward. Clap twice. Lapay movement. Sway arms over. March in place. Jumping jack twice. Lunge R forward. Twist trunk. And now other side. Lunge sideward. Move arms up and down. Close step. Hop and top. Knee with your hands. 2 close steps and hop top. Now the other side. Now walk forward and clap overhead. Walk, backward, and clap. Execute our knee strike forcefully. Shoulder level. Knee level. Do a traka. Strike and hop. Strike and hop. Lapay movement. Sway arms over. Arms in V upward, downward. Clap twice. Lapay movement. Sway arms over, march in place. Jumping jack twice. Arms in Saliston movement. Stomp and raise. Lapay movement. Sway arms overhead. Feet upward, downward. Clap twice. Lapay movement. Sway arms overhead. Lapay movement. Sway arms overhead. Arms in V upward. Clap twice. Lapay movement. Sway arms overhead.